Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday, the 11th of July 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot for this reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about Sunday and what the day is going to look like. First card is Death. We had that yesterday, so the fact that the Death card is showing up again really means you can put an end to certain things in your life. It's not actual death, it's transformation, change, endings and new beginnings, and it's a major shift in the energy that's really, you can't argue with it. It comes along in life, and it's a good idea to align yourself with it because you're really able to put negative things to bed. You're able to make space for the positive, a rebirth, a new way of living that then allows you to attain your life purpose, particularly as it relates to your work and your skills and your expertise. So Death here, we've got the Grim Reaper on the white horse. And that's interesting because the message I'm getting today is that this is almost like the hope for a release from pain. It's like, is this going to ever end? Am I ever going to get out of this situation? Am I going to be able to be happy again? And Death comes along and says, yes, you can. Because I'm putting a stop to this. I'm helping you out. And if you've been suffering with this kind of situation for a long time, I'm going to help you or show you how you can put an end to it. And look, we've got this little red sailboat in the back. And by putting an end to some sort of a fear or a sense of disappointment that you didn't achieve something that you wanted terribly and you're now beating yourself up about it, you're able to let that go. You can get over yourself and you can get over self-criticism. And that then inspires you to start again and to pursue new goals and ideas. So that's the one thing, that this death energy is actually something that we sometimes hope for. It's like, oh, I need this to end. I need to get out of this. And the universe provides. You get out of a situation that does not make you happy. Now, if you look at the card a different way, we've got this rider coming into town, and we've got all these figures who are just mortified that this is happening. So we've got some sort of exalted figure in the church saying, no, don't do this. And he represents belonging to some sort of community that gives you strength and that makes you feel held and supported. So this is interesting because it means that you may feel like you're on your own a little bit. And if you want to set new goals and if you want to do something with your life, it's really down to you. So that may be a little bit intimidating and you may feel like you're on an island by yourself. But remember, you still have the connection with Source, with your higher self, guiding you and supporting you. Now, the other way of interpreting the spiritual man here, the religious figure, is that he's actually not someone who promotes inclusivity, but exclusivity. So like the Five of Pentacles, where two people are thrown out of a church and they're rejected, he's often responsible for that because he says, these are the rules, and if you don't abide by them, you can't be part of our club. And that feeling of being excluded and being on your own, you can put an end to that and find people who are actually part of your tribe and people who do welcome you. So it depends where you're at, but you can read this either way. So what we definitely know is that something flips by 180 degrees. If you feel isolated and like a loner, that can end and you can really find people who are aligned with what you're doing and what you think. If you are part of something that you treasure very dearly, you may feel like, wow, I'm getting no support. And if I am going to do something, I have to do it myself. So try and navigate that best you can. Then we've got a mother protecting her child, and she is afraid that she's going to lose something that is everything to her. So the thing that's most precious is suddenly being ripped away. And of course, that can feel very uncomfortable. But again, you can look at it two ways. Either something that you've held on to for a long time and that doesn't actually support you, like a negative belief or some sort of inner pain that you've been holding on to for dear life because you get some sort of a payoff from it. Like, I am afraid of flying. Okay, well, that might make your world a bit smaller, a lot smaller, because you can't go anywhere. But the payoff is that you are always present in one particular area. And the payoff is that you don't actually have to go anywhere and that no one expects you to go anywhere. Do you see what I mean by that? So something that actually limits you can become misinterpreted, and you can actually start getting a payoff from it that you become attached to, and then you become attached to your own limitations, and you don't realize that you're making your own life smaller. And sometimes it takes some sort of external force to put an end to that so that you can wake up to the truth of how you're behaving, and that you can choose again to behave differently, and that you can make your life bigger or smaller or whatever it is you want it to be. So we're getting this external force that's really helping you. In a sense, it gives you a bit of it shakes you a bit in order to wake you up, and you do wake up and you can choose again. So you can really change your circumstances and really live and feel very much alive, and like your inner child is coming to the surface and you're starting all over again. All the beliefs, all the stuff that's held you back or made you feel super comfortable so you're not productive, that falls away and you are on your own, but you're super empowered, you believe in yourself, and you're going on this victory march into the future. Hooray. Finally, we've got this king. He's already gone. He's not even pleading with death anymore. He's over there. He was the first one who was hit. Okay, so the king is the person who makes the rules. And again, those can be the rules that you've made for yourself. I can do this, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I can't do that. The death card puts an end to all of that, and it makes you reevaluate what you can and can't do. And also, he can represent people who are very influential in your life and who keep you from your true purpose because of the rules. You can't go be a singer. We don't do that as a family. We all work as accountants, thank you very much. So enroll in accountancy school. And with this energy, it's like, okay, well, thanks for sharing that, but I am going to be a singer regardless of what the rest of the family have done. And that takes a lot of confidence, and that takes a lot of self-belief, and that's what this card gives you today. The belief that you must change because it is your life, and no one or nothing is going to tell you how you're going to live that life. The sun is really setting on that kind of thing, and you have no more tolerance for it. And that, again, may feel uncomfortable, but it gets you to this position where you feel alive and you get to choose for yourself, and you get to align yourself with what makes you happy. Red is the root chakra. It's the real world. It's the connection to earth. And you're able to find a place in the world or your own community or your own way of working or enjoying yourself that puts you in a position in life that feels like you're exactly in the right place at the right time, doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. And that's what really makes life enjoyable. And you feel like you're walking in the sunlight all the time and skipping along and riding your white little pony and having a fabulous time. And that's really important. And this is really interesting because yesterday's reading talked about that a little bit as well. It's focusing on this good thing within. So putting an end to the rules and the regulations and the faulty beliefs, that allows this inner child to appear. And by connecting with it, that then relates to the way you work and the way you make a living and the way you structure your day on planet Earth. So it's not about saying, oh, okay, how can I be responsible and how can I pay the bills for my kids? This is really a process of saying, this is not who I am, and I'm not going to accept being a shadow version of myself. I'm going to really flourish within first and foremost, and that then relates and connects with your work. So it's life purpose as it is translated into physical, practical work on this planet. So if you're someone who struggles with that, or you haven't found your life purpose, the ideal job particularly, because sometimes your life purpose is, I don't know, to be a parent, and that's what you're here for, and that's what makes you feel alive. and it's got nothing to do with work. And that may be true for you. For other people, life purpose is often very much connected with work. So I feel really, let's say, my big talent in life is to analyze. So my dream job then, the thing that allows me to analyze the most, is to become a research scientist. And I'm pouring a huge part of myself, something that I feel I'm good at, into my job, and therefore that is my life purpose. To research things and then to make the world a better place through my insights in this field of molecular biology or whatever it may be. So it's finding your joy as it relates to work. And all the people who feel that there is something they ought to be doing on this planet that includes work, whether it's paid or not paid, it really doesn't matter. What the point is that you're creating something that enriches the planet. So he is chopping away at a flying buttress there and carving in all these beautiful pentacles. And in 200 years, people who visit this church are still going to see those pentacles. So it's really that sense of I'm doing something meaningful with my life. I'm working towards something which is important and which is going to make the world better and which is going to impact other people. So that's amazing. So if you're uncertain about your dream job, and it doesn't matter if you're 15 or 50 or 80, and you feel like there's something that you haven't done quite yet, there's something slumbering inside of you that needs an outlet, some sort of format that you can channel that energy into, the inner child allows you to see what that is today. And the inner child only has the freedom to appear because you've become much freer in yourself and you get rid of all the things that make you old as such. The rules, what you can and can't do, tradition, what your family says, what you can do with the amount of money you've got. Death puts an end to all of that, and you really start to think about yourself as you were when you were 5 years old and you had all the potential in the world. So it's a complete rebirth of your inner child, and it wants you to figure out your career today. Wow, that's great. So the way you'll recognize it, so let's say you've got a couple of ideas. So I might be a tarot reader or an accountant or a sculptor or an oceanographer or a hairdresser, right? So you make a list of your options. These are the things you've kind of considered in the past. They've been, they're things that kind of play in your, the things you've considered, all right? And they haven't gone away and you've thought about these things for the last couple of months or even years. You make a list. The thing that makes you feel most excited and that motivates you the most, that's the thing you should pick. That's the thing that's going to be really fulfilling, and that is part of your life mission. So the way to recognize your life purpose is by seeing what makes you feel motivated and enthusiastic when you contemplate doing it. It may also feel a little bit scary or nerve-wracking because it's so exciting. And that's the way to recognize your life purpose on this day. And your inner child wants you to discover it because it wants to grow into that role so that you can enjoy yourself. And it's all due to this freedom that you've got within. So something's really healed, and healing begets more healing, and things get better and better and better because you're in a better place. So you have the options to really maximize your happiness. I love it. Okay, number-wise, we have 3 and 19 is 22. 22 and 13 is 35, right? 13 and 19 is 32, and 3 is 35. 3 and 5 is 8, and 8 is strength and power, and self-reliance and confidence. So that strength arises from within you, and it says choose again. Choose something that you actually enjoy rather than trying to please him or her or him, and live your life the way you want to live it. Amazing. Okay, great. So have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.